Assuming you've checked that incorrectly applied filter criteria isn't the cause of the no calls found error message, then the next logical stage is to check to see if there is actually any call data available to be reported on for the chosen period. Have a look at the chart and see if there's any data present, and don't forget to make sure you're looking at the right month. As you can see in this example, there's a gap between the 22nd and 26th of July, which means no data was available for the Thursday, Friday and the following Monday. And since the date selected for the report happens to be Friday the 23rd, then the reason for the error message becomes clear. Either the data wasn't collected, or it was collected but not processed. Using My Computer, browse to the location of the call data, which by default will be Program Files, Oak Telecom, AI Office, Call Data, Site 1, assuming you only have one site. Have a look at the files and see if there is a call file for the date in question, which is the 23rd of July. As you can see, there are call files for the 3 missing days. There are 2 possible reasons for this. Either the call processor has been closed down over that period, or the data inside the files is gibberish that can't be translated. You can open the call file to see if the contents look sane or not. However, if the PBX is a Cisco, you won't be able to tell, and if it's an ISDX, then the content will be totally unintelligible. In this case, everything looks normal enough, which means it can be processed to fill in the blanks, so to speak. This is a very unusual problem, but at least it shows you how to retranslate data with the call processor. By the way, the most likely reason you may wish to run a retranslation is to apply a new or updated call tariff retrospectively. Make a note of the date of the first of the unprocessed files, then open Call Processor and click the configuration hyperlink. Enter the date of the missing call file in the field as DDMMYYYY, separated by forward slashes, and click Save Settings. The call processor will now start translating the old data whilst continuing to handle the current calls coming in. I must warn you, this process can take some time. Now, let me show you a second scenario for the missing call data. Using My Computer, browse to the location of the call data and have a look at the files and see if there's a call file for the date in question, which is the 23rd of July. As you can see, in this case, the file doesn't exist, which means either the Oak core services had been closed down by someone, or, far more likely, the PC had inadvertently been turned off. The reason I can say this with certainty is because while Oak core services are running, a new call file is created every day, regardless of whether or not there's any call data. Well, having established the reason for the original error message, let me show you how you can check to see the status of the call data collection and processing within Record. Open Quick Launch, which unfortunately you can't see on the video, and select Service Manager. The 2 core component modules which handle the call data are COM Server, which collects the data, and if you open it, you can see the call data passing through, although you may have to wait a little while before something happens. The second element is the call processor, which takes this raw data and processes it into a form which can be used as the basis for reports. As you can see, both the call services are running and data is passing through, so the system is all well. Well, having looked at a system that's working normally, let's now have a look at one which isn't and see how to resolve the matter. Have a look at Service Manager, and you can clearly see ComServer, the data collection service, is now showing a yellow triangle, which indicates the service is not running. To remedy this state of affairs, all you need to do is click the green Start button. And in a few moments the status of the ComServer will return to the normal running state.